Now it's time to get working on this. I've got to run conduit for the wire to go from the ground up to this box. So I've got it measured at, I think, 53 inches to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. It's actually probably like 52 and a half. So I'll just cut a piece that's 53 so that I can have a little bit of room for error. So I got my pipe over here. I think it's 3/4 inch. Oh, 1/2 inch. Schedule 40. This is conduit for running wires. So I'm gonna go get this cut. So I couldn't find my saw, just used the angle grinder. Cut it to 52 and a half inches, and I left the bell on it because the bell's gonna fit right up into the control box. I just got a little spider making a nest up in there. I'm gonna run my wire up in there. So I sleeve this in the wire. And then that's gonna go down there. I'll bury the wire down there coming over. And this will come up into the bottom of this. And the spider has vacated the premises. Gave myself plenty of extra so that I can cut and splice the ends. I just gotta run, I think I only have 2 zones in the front, so I just have to run 2 zones. One will be 1 and one will be 2. And then some of this other stuff is for extra zones. I'm not exactly sure what all these are. I'd have to look into it, but then I can set my times for watering dates, and I can do it via Wi-Fi, which is pretty cool. So I still have to run electrical and water out here. Here's my pipe going to my sprinklers. So I have to put a clean out on that for blowing out the air, water. All right, so I just checked my valve box, my manifolds. So I have green and yellow are these 2 middle ones, which are the ones that I actually have heads on. This one is white, and I believe that is an extra one because it's capped off. And then I have another extra one. This is just so I could add on later down the road. So that one's capped as well, and that one is blue. So the green and yellow ones are the 2 that I want to hook up right now. I mean, I can hook up the other 2, but they're just not going to be active because they're capped off. So up here I want to get this stripped out, and it's got a bunch of different colors in there. I want to get green, yellow, and maybe white and blue out so that I can hook them up on the zones. All right, so I got green and yellow 1 and 2, and that is for the main lawn, and then the tree lawn has pop-ups. The tree lawn is just I think it's like 6 pop-ups, maybe 5 or 6 pop-ups that get the tree lawn, and it's a real small zone. Not a lot of water coming out, and then the main yard is 4. I got 1, 2 in all the corners. 4 of the actual hunter, I forget what they are, but they're the ones that pop up and they rotate. The ones at the tree lawn just pop up and spray a mist kind of a thing. So that's how I got it set up. So I'm going to be wiring those. I'm not sure which one's which, but I'll find out once I get everything else hooked up. Yellow or green, yellow, and then I am going to go ahead and wire up the other 2. White is going towards this side of the box, so that's potentially for like a drip line, I think is what I figured it for going to the front. So it's on that side of the manifold. So if I want to wire that, I'm going to wire that in for number 3. So then the whole front yard will be 1, 2, and 3. And then blue is on this side of the box and it's capped. So I'm going to use blue for a zone potentially in the backyard at some point maybe. So I'm just going to go ahead and wire it up just so I don't have a bunch of loose wires in here, and I'll label everything so I know. I think I can label something on here. Yeah, I can label the zones on the back of that. So I will label everything so I know what's what, and I know not to turn on 3 and 4 because they are not running to anything. Also, while I'm pulling these wires through, it kind of makes sense to get all the wires that are not being used, get them pulled to the bottom so they're not crisscrossing. I like to try to be as neat as possible, and I just want these wires to come straight from here and go in. So if I do add on to, you know, potentially 8 zones, but if I do that, then I'll not have to untangle wires to get them to go in. And that is it, all done, nice and neat. I mean, I could probably tape these wires up just to keep them separate and keep the metal from touching, but they're not hooked up to anything, so it doesn't really matter on the other side. In here there's extra wires and stuff, so I'm just going to leave those loose, but got ones that I did have valves set up for on. So yeah, I just need to get the backflow valve installed and run water and electric out here. I'm going to do an outlet somewhere out here so I can plug the controller right into the outlet, and then all the backflow and stuff will be out here, and I can clean out the system from right here, right next to the box. All right, moment of truth. I think this is what I think it is. I got myself something to help finish the sprinkler system. So this should be, yep, this is the right there, that is the backflow valve that I need for my sprinkler system, pressure vacuum breaker, and that is so that the water doesn't back up into the city's water. So it's got a shut off here and a shut off there, and I'm going to be this goes outside of your house on your sprinkler system. So this is a requirement for all sprinkler systems. I also ordered a boiler drainer or boiler valve drain, and it's basically a spigot for it's a spigot, it looks like a hose spigot, and it's for where I can hook up my air compressor and blow out the water that's in the lines right now. So this is pretty cool. This is getting me that much closer. I want to say this is like 83 bucks on Amazon. It's pretty sweet. So I'm out here trying to figure out how I'm going to get this set up. So this is the side that's going to go into the house, and then this is the side that goes into where my sprinkler PVC. So they actually sent me a piece that fits the 1 inch, 2 inch, whatever line on the PVC, and then the other side's supposed to thread in, but look, they gave me the wrong size. They gave me, I don't know why the heck they would send something that big when nothing on that is that size. So I'm gonna have to get a couple more parts, and then I can get the backflow started and set up.